Welcome to The Grand Balance, a bi-weekly podcast hosted by two working grandmas navigating the beautiful chaos of work and family. Hi, Sharon.
Hi, Angela. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's been a while.
I know. We're getting closer to baby.
I know. What is it? She could be
Any day.
She could be a New Year baby, right?
If she comes according to schedule, she will be. But if she's like her sister, she may come before that.
Okay.
So pretty soon we're going to be on day-to-day alert. So I'm very excited.
Oh, that's amazing. Congratulations again. I can't wait. Next year when we start talking, we'll both have two.
Yes, I will be back full of questions and info, I'm sure.
Well, before we get started today's episode, I have a Don't Get Me Started. One of the things you love to come with, but I got...
Interesting. I can't wait to hear.
So, and for this one, I think it'll be something I kind of need your thoughts on because you have a little dog and I have a big dog. I mean, he's medium size, but he's a pit mix of some sort. So he has that pit face. Everybody assumes he's a pit. And you have a little poodle, I think?
I have a mini golden doodle.
Oh, golden doodle. Okay. But he's mini, so little dog.
Little. He's like 22, 23 pounds.
Okay. So when I walk my dog, we walk the trails out here where I live, and there's a lot of people that walk their dogs. And they keep them on leashes, but they're the long leashes that retract, I guess. And when I'm walking by on these narrow trails, I get so frustrated when they see me coming. They might have one or two dogs, and they're always the little dogs. They see me coming, but they leave the dogs on these long leashes and don't retract them, and they're taking up the whole space. And then their little dogs are barking and barking like they're tough guys. And I always have to just stop and wait for them to understand, do you realize, like, you don't want my dog right next to your dog? And that bothers me because my dog could really injure a dog that tries to attack him. And my dog's fine. It's just they're going after him.
Yeah, I agree. My Don't Get Me Started in general are those retractable leashes. When we trained our dog, our trainer said those are the worst things. So we never got one, but now they annoy me to no end.
Okay, so you're also annoyed, even as a...
Oh, 100%.
And if you saw a big dog walking by and you've got your little dog...
I use a 4-foot leash with my little dog, and when we're passing other dogs, I put him right up next to my leg with no slack and keep walking.
That is exactly what I do, and it works out perfectly. You walk by, they're right next to you, they just keep on going.
I see plenty of big dogs on those stupid retractable leashes as well, so
it's the leash and it's the owner.
Yes, 100%. I don't know why when you're passing other dogs, you can't just keep your dog right next to you and keep on walking, so then you keep up your progress and you don't have any issues and there's no drama. I agree with you there. Get rid of the retractable leashes, people.
Or just retract them in when a big dog's coming by and you've got your little small dog that's going crazy after my big dog. It's always the big dogs that get blamed. And that's why it bothers me a little bit.
Oh, I'm glad you contributed to my Don't Get Me Started Don't Get Us Started segment.
I know, and I don't usually have that many, but I did today.
Well, I have one. We'll have to see your take on this. This is definitely a minor problem in the whole scope of things. I guess all of them are. But table service, Caesar salad, and guacamole is a complete waste of time. There's nothing new to making Caesar salad or guacamole, and we don't need to turn it into a spectacle. Give me a smoking drink or an on-fire dessert. I think that should be table service all day long. Exciting, interesting, fun. But table service guacamole or Caesar salad just slows down your meal, and then you're sitting there. What are you supposed to say? Wow, you make a fantastic Caesar salad.
I know, you're right. You're absolutely right.
I don't understand why it's a thing.
I mean, did they give you the opportunity to say, no, I would like more garlic in that guacamole or more lime juice? Like, why are you doing it?
And then you feel obligated to pay attention when you might just want to sit there and talk to whoever you're dining with.
That's right.
It's not entertaining enough to stop talking to whoever I'm dining with.
Especially the Caesar salad, because you're just putting in the dressing and the
guacamole. You're just smashing up avocados
and everything's already pre-cut, so you just throw it in and mix it. So you just have to watch them mix it. You're right.
So don't get me started. Get rid of those table service.
That's unnecessary.
100%. And my last don't get us started today is about smoke detectors, because I just had this issue. When they start going off, you change the batteries, you think everything's fine. Then at 2 in the morning, you're laying in bed and you hear mine doesn't even do the chirp for whatever reason. It just does a full on, like as if you have a fire in your home. So then you have to go downstairs, drag your ladder out of the garage, gash your leg going up the stairs with the big sharp ladder so there's blood dripping on your carpet at 2:30 in the morning.
So, is this something that just happened, Sharon?
I'm still kind of traumatic. I'm still kind of traumatized by this.
Sharon was a couple minutes late today because this literally just happened to her.
Yes. And so then the one that has brand new batteries, so it's not a battery issue is going off, then proceeds to set all the rest of them off. The dog is freaking out. So now I have 6 smoke and carbon monoxide detectors to deal with rather than just one.
Yeah, that is interesting. And you're right. We'd have the chirps, but as soon as one chirp goes off, then it's another, then it's another. I don't understand why they have to be connected.
Right. And why can't there be an off button for maybe give you a 24-hour reprieve to deal with this during normal business hours? I mean, come on. So now I have a cut up leg. I have scratches on my arm.
I don't understand the cut up. Oh, because of the ladder.
The ladder.
And it's in the middle of the night and
it sliced me on one of the step things. I mean, it's not that easy getting an 8-foot ladder up your stairs. I have enough trouble getting myself up the stairs, much less a big, huge ladder.
I'm sure there's reasons why it's connected. Probably because if somebody's not in that room, they might not hear it. So they want it to go off in other places so they pay attention.
I guess. But PSA, the smoke and ozone or carbon monoxide detectors now have a lifespan where they have to be replaced within either 8 or 10 years, depending on the model. So once you start approaching that, just know that you have to trash it and start over so you're not like me in the middle of the night dragging ladders upstairs and bleeding.
Yeah. And the one thing that's really difficult for me, I can never get the cap back on right. So in 2 of my rooms, I have my smoke detector hanging because I'm standing up there. I'm trying to get it cut, tight.
Yeah.
And I cannot get it tight.
Oh, I can usually do that. But again, it's standing on both of my 2 of the rooms upstairs have vaulted ceilings. So I'm on tippy top of the ladder.
Oh, and that's dangerous.
That's kind of precarious as well. So that's my other don't get me started. I'd also like to give a slight amendment to my previous backing in don't get us started, because after all
you did it?
No, okay. I do it on occasion. Got a lot of backlash, but I am totally okay with backing into parking spaces as long as there's not all kinds of traffic trying to get around or in, and also as long as you're competent at doing it and doesn't take 5 tries. So there's a little amendment, whatever you like.
Your bunko ladies kind of got on you about that.
No, listeners. It wasn't a favorite. Let's just put it that way.
All right. Well, so I know the last time we talked, it was me trying to manage 2 kids and stuff. Still difficult. Have you been to Oma's farm? Or a farm where they have just tons of stuff the kids can do?
I have. It's been years. When my daughter and grandchild were here a couple weeks ago, they did go there. She met up with some of her friends. I was working. So I haven't been to that one recently, but I have been to more of the local ones.
Yeah. So, I was talking about how I'm nervous about having the 2 kids and everything. So my daughter and I went to Oma's farm, and oh my gosh, it was so stressful. I continue to think, how am I going to handle this? We both went, and my little grandson just kept taking off. And there's hundreds of people there, and he just goes. And you just turn, and boom, he's gone. So we have 2 of us trying to watch.
I was going to say, so the stress is him not staying with you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's going to make me have to really figure out and practice what I preached the last time. And I'm doing it. I'm practicing. And I told my daughter, I'm like, let me do everything. Let me get the car seat out and let me put all the contraptions on to make it for 2. And there's an order to it and all of that. So I wanted to make sure that I did that. And I think it made me start thinking, wow, I don't know why I'm so stressed because nannies do this all the time. They take care of multiple children all the time. So it got me thinking.
Oh, as you did, by the way.
Right. So it got me thinking I need to talk to some nannies. So to get some feedback on how to handle
Angela's
this.
doing a full-on research project.
And like I said before on another episode, when I had my own kids, I was responsible for them. But now I'm responsible for other people's children. And I would not want to be that grandparent that screws up. I mean, that would ruin so many relationships.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Right?
But did your kids ever run off? See, I had one. My daughter stayed right with me. And my son, if I looked up, he would already be across the whole entire field.
Oh, yeah. My son would take off. They called him Stealth with his name because he would just take off and we couldn't find him. And he'd be across the street at my neighbor's house upstairs.
That's how my son was too. So and he also didn't like to hold my hand. So I would just have to do that wrist hold that he would try to continually shake off.
Yeah, my grandson did that the other day when I had him out.
The shake off?
He did not want to hold my hand. Yeah. So anyway, so my grandson just turned 2 a couple of weeks ago, and his nanny was there at the party. So I took her aside and I said, any advice? Because I know you watch a lot of kids. And one of the things that she said was, the first thing she said was, when you're telling the older child or either one of them, we have to go. Don't ever use the other child as the reason, because then they're going to resent it. So, for example, you're at the park with both kids and the baby needs to be changed and you need to leave the park. Don't ever say, oh, it's because your sister needs to do this, so we have to leave. Because then they're going to say, well, it's all for her,
Right. That makes sense.
So instead, make up a reason that we have to leave because it's time for lunch, or we have to leave because you know how important it is that we get to your nap on time, or, things that they're going to resonate, not saying it's because of the other kid. And I thought that's really good advice, because I know right now we say, we got to do this because of, your little sister needs that. So I find myself doing that already.
No, that was a good tip.
Yeah. And then the second one, which basically was the same thing that I said last week on my other research, was being predictable, like having that routine, but having the ability to flex on a dime and not stressing out about it. So the other day, my daughter and I had a plan. I said, let's go to this park where we can start at the park, have him play on the playground, and then we'll get in our exercise and walk 3 miles while they're in the stroller together. And then we'll go see the duckies halfway through. And then we have a picnic lunch, right? Well, he did not want to sit in his stroller. So we ended up moseying around, picking up leaves for like an hour while the little one were holding in the stroller. And then the 2-year-old was really cranky and tired, but we still wanted to he wanted to see the ducks. So we had to get in the car, pack everything up after I just took everything out to do the double stroller. and then we drove around to the mile that we should have walked to get to the ducks. And then the ducks weren't there.
Oh, no.
So then we're like, well, where are we going to do our lunch? And it was hot as heck. So we went into the library, there was a library, and we went into the patio, and they're not supposed to have food, but we snuck food onto the patio and we had lunch there, and then we left. But we just had to figure it out on a dime. Okay, what's next? How can we maneuver this? What can we do? And that's what the nanny said was, you got to go with the flow.
I think I've found that even just with the one grandchild is with little ones, you have to be flexible because every day is different. Some days things go according to plans and other days not even close. So I think that's good advice in general with one kid, 2 kid. That's good life advice anyway, because the more flexible you are without freaking out, the less stressed out you're going to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure.
And then, it was time to go. And the one thing, when they said don't blame the other kid for why you have to leave, one of the tips is turn it into like a mission. So instead of we have to leave because of that, or, when it's time to go, say, okay, we're about to leave. So let's see who can find as many things as possible on the way that are green, or make it like a mission. Like, let's play I Spy on our way out, everybody. So it becomes a game, and then they're not focused on disappointment of why they have to leave, which I thought was a good idea.
Yeah, I think that's good. I remember even with my kids, we were always competing. And so everything we turned into a game. Who can unload the dishwasher the fastest? And we would time each other, and whoever would be the reigning champ would have their little magnet. It's a whole thing. But anyway,
Yeah, no,
turn
but
it into a
making it
game.
fun. Yeah, making it fun where they both can, appreciate it. And that, especially that is when they become older too. The other thing that I'm finding this really hard already is how do they get individual time? So you've got 2 kids, they're always together. Having that individual one-on-one time, they say, is so important. But I'm thinking, even now, everything I do with the baby is basically just following the toddler. And so she's not getting one-on-one time. And I was thinking about this last night. I was already reading to my grandson at 3 months, because as soon as he could sit on my lap and hold up his head,
exactly,
I'd put a book in front of him. And we talked about how important it is. And I'm not doing that right now. And I just realized, shame on me.
But why can't you have her on your lap and him right next to you and do a book for both?
Well, I have done that.
Okay, but I understand your point. One-on-one time is important, but I think the reading can be done together for sure.
Yeah, but I don't think she's going to get as much reading if I'm holding her a lot and she's watching everything, but she's not getting that one-on-one attention. So, and then they say, try to synchronize naps and all of that. But then I appreciate that because I'm still a working grandma. So I still have to fit in some work during this time, right?
Exactly.
So nap is important because that's when I can catch up on what I missed for the last few hours of watching them. But then at the same time, I'm thinking, but then I don't get that one-on-one time. So they're saying separate the kids and have like different play stations, but envision, like, so you can see everything. So when one kid you have them start a little activity for 5 minutes. They're saying you do it in like 5-minute sprints.
I think that applies to when they get a little bit older. You can't really just leave the baby for 5 minutes.
No, I'm saying leave the toddler and to play while you're doing something one-on-one with the baby.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. But you're right. But it's the same thing. Even when they become older, you have something maybe for the older kids and something for the younger kids separate. So you can put one down, but they have to be in your line of sight. But then try to do that one-on-one time with the other one.
Yeah. I mean, really the only way to accomplish it successfully is to have more than one adult so you can kind of switch off.
Right. So these are the challenges, but nannies are figuring this out.
Right. Well.
So I'm going to, take that advice a little bit. And then, I have to ask you this.
Yes.
So when you have your granddaughter, does your daughter constantly say, send me pictures, I want to see what's going on? Or does she just let you go for hours with the baby?
She doesn't bug me about pictures, but when she gets back from wherever she was, she'll just say, send me your pictures. She does ask me to send pictures, but not like while we're doing things. Like, for instance, even like at the end of my trip when I go there monthly, she'll just say, make sure and send me all your pictures. And so usually what I do is just hand her my phone and have her go through and pick out whatever she wants to send to herself. But no, ongoing while I'm there alone with the baby, no.
Or didn't you have to watch her while they were gone for a couple days or something?
Yeah.
And she wasn't asking you for pictures during that time?
Not really, no.
Oh, wow. So you're lucky. So my sister did it with my goddaughter when I would have her. And my daughter does it. And my husband does it. Like whenever I'm watching the kids,
oh my.
It's send me pics. I want to see pictures. And the nannies are supposed to be doing that too. But I'm thinking, I'm watching the kid. Like I'm focused on the kid. How can I stop? And even if I am taking a picture, like continue to stop and then send it to people and all of that.
Yeah, maybe just tell them that when you have spare moment when the kids are down, you'll send them because you also don't want the camera constantly out with the kids.
Exactly. That too. You're absolutely right. So anyway, I'm like, I'm busy. I'm trying to watch the children. I have no time to be focused on this.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you're very lucky. The other thing that got me thinking, and I have a different perspective, and I'd love to hear yours, and I think we talked about something like this on a prior episode, is that gentle discipline where they're offering, I get it. You want to offer choices like if they don't want to put the shirt on, okay, you pick. Do you want this shirt or that shirt? So you give them the
Options, but not the
option so
ability
they
to
feel
say
like
no.
they're in a little bit of control, right?
Correct.
That's fine. Do you want to brush your teeth before or after you put the PJs on? But now this isn't my daughter's nanny, but this is, or my grandson's nanny. This is something that I read when I was looking up other tips from nannies, and they say you're supposed to practice time in, not time out. Create a calm corner with pillows, books, sensory tables or tools so that they can regulate their emotions. And I'm thinking, so you're being bad, and I'm going to go put you in a place that you love so you don't understand that you can't be bad? What's going to happen when in real life, like how are they going to learn that when they're bad, they don't just get what they want anyway?
Maybe they're not being bad. Maybe they're just having a difficulty adjusting and showing a lot of emotion. And they're just trying to calm them down rather than discipline.
Okay, so I'll give you an example.
Okay.
Where we do our Thursday dinners, and my grandson this week was throwing food, and he's usually really good. And he was just going crazy. He's like throwing food, and the mom and dad were like, don't throw food, don't throw food. And in that case, you would go put him in like he can get away with throwing food and put him in a nice little comfy corner that's going to make him happy. That in my mind is telling him I'm going to continue to be bad so I can go in this nice little comfy corner.
No, in that situation, I think the simple solution is take away the food.
Yeah, well, what I did
Oh, no.
was I looked at him and I said his name sternly. And I said, look at grandma, look at me, look at grandma. And he did. And I said, no, 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 you don't do that in grandma's house. And he literally put the food back in the plate.
Oh, what a sweet boy.
So I'm thinking, I'm telling him that he needs to act better, right? And then I'm thinking, but with this gentle parenting, or not the gentle discipline, if he throws food, then he just gets put in a nice corner with his books and pillows and all
Yeah,
that.
I don't know what they're talking about there. I hate a messy eating, so my daughter and I laugh because our styles are very different. I avoid the mess at all costs, and they're very much like they need to develop their motor skills and learn to feed themselves. I go along with their style, but like at my house, I just put the high chair outside because I don't want the mess on my floor. Solves that problem.
You do have an issue with the food being thrown.
I don't like mess on the floor. So, I think it takes compromise with everyone, but I think I agree. It's for them not to understand that the behavior is wrong is going to be a problem. And you don't have to be mean in your redirect. You can just let them understand this is not acceptable.
Yeah. And I wasn't yelling or screaming or anything. I was just being firm in my voice. And I think that they need to get used to that. They're not going to be able to get away with that much, especially once they go to school and everything.
Well, and toddlers are going to push the boundary. They don't really understand the whole big picture yet. So they just want their way.
Right.
The funny little memes about a toddler. I don't know what's so hard about having a toddler. Just give them their way all the time and they're happy. Well, that's true.
But then they don't turn into great adults. So we need to be thinking about that.
Right. And teachers have said repeatedly they need kids that know how to be disciplined because then they just fall apart at school if they've never been disciplined.
Yeah, my grandson just started preschool right after his birthday.
Oh,
he got bit yesterday really hard
no.
on the arm. Yeah, he's only been there like 2 weeks.
Oh, no.
It's already starting. But And the only other thing, really, it's for the older kids. And this is the one that struck me the most. Never say, "You're older, you should know better." Apparently, it's a top complaint from older siblings in family therapy sessions. They did a whole study about this with children.
Interesting. I don't remember ever saying that, nor ever, because I was the oldest, or ever hearing that as a kid. I mean, I could have totally forgotten.
I've heard it, but basically it makes it feel like they're responsible for the kid. And again, it's, well, my younger sibling gets away with so much, and I'm the one accountable.
Right.
And
it's
you
just
and I
building resentment, right?
Yeah, it builds resentment. And you and I have talked about this as being older children.
Oh, yes, we definitely have, because my sister got away with murder.
See?
Not literally, of course.
I bet your mother probably said when she did something wrong and you were somehow involved that you should have known better and taught her well.
She could have definitely said that, and I don't remember, but
yeah,
I think, especially with our generation, the younger ones got away with a lot more. Just the parents were just tired.
That's right.
They got sick of it.
So anyway, I'm continuing to practice. By the time
I have my second one, you're going to be an expert.
I'll be an expert. I'm not an expert yet, but I will be an expert, and I will have this down. But
well, and the 2 under 2 does offer an additional challenge, just because you're dealing with 2 little minds instead of a little bit older mind.
Yeah, but I started thinking about that last night. I'm feeling kind of guilty. Like, I want to give the same experience to my granddaughter that my grandson had with me, and that one-on-one. So I've got to figure that out a little bit.
Well, you're going to have to figure out a way with your grandson to go with your husband or your daughter or son-in-law, just so you can spend some time alone with the little girl.
Yeah, but most of the time it's just the 2 of us. When they're back to work, it's just me.
Right.
Except on one day a week. Then I can solicit my husband, but he's good for like 10 minutes.
Or you just make time over the weekend when they have their kids and figure out a time that you can just, take her for an hour or whatever.
You're right. I just need to make that separate.
There's ways to do it. It's just, it's good that you're conscious of it, because you will make it happen.
Yeah. Yeah. So the holidays are coming up.
I know.
Already. Can you believe it?
This will be very interesting, juggling a birth and a Christmas and all of it out of town. This will be the first Christmas in a while that we're not going to be at my house.
Oh, that's right. You'll be at hers.
Yes. And my son is traveling there as well.
Oh, good. Well, at least the whole family will still
yes,
be
so
together.
We'll all be there. It's we just don't know how the birth is going to affect Christmas. So we're going to plan a normal Christmas, and we might have to pivot.
That's right. You just have to be flexible.
So yes, I can't believe it's already upon us. So this is our second holiday season we've gone through now with the pod, and it has gone crazy fast.
I know. So with that, everyone, we are taking our holiday hiatus, and we'll have so much to talk about when we get back.
We have a lot of fun things planned for after the first of the year too. So we're really looking forward to those new episodes after the first.
So thanks everyone for listening. Catch up on the episodes you have not had a chance to listen to yet, because I know we've had, 45 episodes now or something like that.
Which is crazy. I really can't even believe that, but please. And it really helps us if you like and subscribe. So if you just take a couple minutes and do that, we certainly appreciate it.
Yep. Well, since we won't talk to you, happy holidays, everyone. And we can't wait for the new year. Take care.
Happy holidays. Bye. Thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe to the podcast so we can continue to grow our community. Also follow us on Instagram at Working Grandmas Podcast, on Facebook at The Grand Balance, a Working Grandmas Podcast, and join our LinkedIn group, Working Grandmas. You can also email us at info@workinggrandmas.com or message us through any of our social media platforms.